half the time I was shaking. I was getting close to
I'd like to start by recognising we're standing on Aboriginal land today, land of the Wurundjeri of the Kulin Nation, land that was stolen and never ceded. And also, Aboriginal people, especially in remote areas, have been particular victims of the Work for the Dole program in Australia. Although in remote areas it's been called the Community Development Program, the CDP. And in remote areas, even before this latest plan to have a much more draconian scheme, this scheme provided real services and real infrastructure in remote areas, in Aboriginal communities. So those Aboriginal people performing roles in community development program should have been paid real wages with real job security and real working conditions like other workers across the community expect. These were real workers. They were not fake workers doing fake jobs. They were doing real jobs. So that when Howard cut the CDP scheme at one point in time, I've forgotten the exact year, it actually resulted in the cutting of real services. Now, CDP, continued and was brought back with a vengeance, so that really people, Aboriginal people in remote communities are really virtually working full-time jobs, but on this slave labour penance of community development program, now to be expanded to non-Indigenous people. This is a scandal. These are real jobs. If they're real jobs, they should be paid properly. And I think the way this scheme is operated in remote communities shows that Work for the Dole doesn't create jobs, it destroys jobs. It's an absolute job destroyer. And Aboriginal people were the guinea pigs for the rest of us. Now they're rolling it out. Now it's time for us to scrap it. I would also like to pay my condolences to Josh's family. The tragic loss of this young man, but then to compound that tragedy, the government refusing to properly investigate in a timely manner the circumstances of his death. I think that's shameful that they're still waiting for the outcome of an inquiry. The government, in all sorts of other circumstances, can do really quick inquiries, and it shows that how they regard unemployed people, how they diss unemployed people and treat unemployed people in a shameful way. But also, I can imagine the sort of jobs that take on Work for the Dole people. These are the sort of jobs, the sort of employers, the sort of bosses that don't want to pay workers. They want people to do work for free. And those are the sort of bosses that don't want to provide safe workplaces, because safe workplaces require spending on safe procedures, safe equipment. These are the sort of dodgy bosses that don't want to pay workers, don't want to pay for a safe workplace. And I think Josh was a victim of that. And so all the Work for the Dole schemes and CDP schemes, etc., what they do is promote dodgy bosses. They fuel dodgy bosses and dodgy jobs. And so that's another reason why these schemes had to go. So when the AUWU came out and produced its figures about the percentages of unsafe Work for the Dole schemes, I wasn't really aware of those statistics, but I'm not at all surprised, because that's what Work for the Dole leads to. In addition to Work for the Dole, there's also the voluntary programs, where people have a choice of doing volunteering work or Work for the Dole. I'm aware of a worker used to be a member of a union in a previous workplace. He's now he was pushed in, after being retrenched, pushed into doing an aged care certificate, struggling to find work, so he's been doing volunteer work, but not for a community organisation at all. He's been doing volunteer work for Bupa. Bupa, the last time I looked at it, was a massive private company with its tentacles going into all sorts of different directions, but especially nursing homes and retirement villages and that kind of thing. It's a massive corporation, for-profit corporation. So, you know, how many companies are reaping profits out of free work by not only people on work for the dole, but people doing volunteer programs because they've been forced into these programs by Centrelink and their job agencies. I think it's absolutely clear that these programs need to go, and I think we need all of the parties in Parliament to make a commitment to that. I mean, obviously the Liberal Party has escalated these programs since it's been in power, but we also need Labor to commit itself to abolishing all of these sorts of programs. We need all the parties in Parliament to agree to abolish these programs. All of these programs, you know, are basically destroying jobs, destroying wages, creating unsafe workplaces, and preventing people from looking for work. How can you look for work and fill out selection criteria, which these days you have to write massive essays to apply for a job? It's not like the old days when I was applying for bus driving jobs. You have to, you know, fill in essays. How can you do that when you're working these massive amount of hours for free, basically? These programs are job destroyers and they've got to go. And, you know, my sympathies to Josh and his family, and my congratulations to the Unemployed Workers Union for drawing attention to this, because if you weren't doing what you're doing today, and people weren't coming out, there will be many more people dying or getting seriously injured in these work for the dole, CDP and voluntary slave labour schemes. So I think it's really important, and I think we've got to say, work for the dole has got to go!